Hi YouTube, it's Travis, and today I'm going to be giving you a deck profile on what seems to be one of the more popular decks for casual, fun play in the game of Yugioh. This deck is structured for the July 2014 format, and I'm sure it won't be given too many revisions for the next format as well, because it seems to stay true to its form as I move along with this deck. I've played it rather extensively, and I really like it. It's fun for casual play. It's got some more tricks in it. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with the monster lineup. And it's going to be 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon. This is a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. It's not rulers, it's not based on hieratics, it's literally based on Blue Eyes White Dragon. So you have to play 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon. Next I play 3 Maiden with Eyes of Blue. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Maiden's an awesome card to sit on. She will take your opponent's back row cards and things like that. And as soon as she gets targeted, you can just special summon one of your Blue Eyes White Dragon and make big pushes or make big rank 8 plays or synchro plays. So 3 Maiden, 3 Blue Eyes, pretty standard. Next I play 3 White Stone of Legend. Now, this card is one that can be debated on the actual ratio that works the best. I prefer 3 because of Card of Consonance. And the reason Card of Consonance is in the deck is to help you get to the combo pieces you need when you need them. And if you drop this guy, you get to add a Blue Eyes to hand, which lets you activate trade-in. So I think 3 is a pretty good number for it. So that's the entire Blue Eyes engine. Now I also play 1 Trihorn Dragon, 1 Red MD, and 2 Flammable Guard. These cards kind of work together. The Trihorn Dragon is another level 8 vanilla. You can hit it with Dragon Shrine, and it also is a good target to help you make Azure Eyes. I prefer Trihorn Dragon to something like Rabbit Dragon, and it's also a trade-in target, so it's a good card. Plus, it's dark. Red MD is just one of the best dragons in the game, hands down. If you have a dragon on the field, you can special summon this guy and start loops, which are absolutely fantastic. And I was thinking about putting in Colop Serpent, the Chaos mini dragon, if you will, because he would make rank 4 plays a little bit easier. And if you put him in, then you can also include Light Pulsar perhaps, because he's dark and Light Pulsar is a chaos monster. So 2 Flammable Guards basically for more Card of Consonance targets and to help you make synchro plays. It's one of the best Card of Consonance targets, period. Now, I also play 1 Influence Dragon. It should have been one of these. Influence Dragon is also a Card of Consonance target, but it's a 3-star monster. So it just opens up a lot more opportunities to make synchro plays. Obviously, in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, it's not wonderful to have to use a normal summon on a card like this card. But if you're going to make a boss monster that's really going to get you ahead in the game, I don't see why not. And if not, just activate Card of Consonance and draw your 2 and be good with that. The next cards kind of work in tandem. 2 Bright Star Dragon, 2 Hieratic Dragon of Nuit. Now the point of these cards is very similar to Maiden. Nuit, when it gets targeted, lets you special summon a vanilla dragon, make its attack and defense 0, but that's not really the point. The point is summoning one for a synchro or exceed play. So whenever he gets targeted, plus he's got, 1700 attack. So he's not a horrible attacker, especially when you have something to back him up. Bright Star lets you target things. That's what he is. He's 1900 beat stick. He lets you target Maiden. He lets you target Nuit. He can increase their level, so you open up a variety of synchro plays. And if you increase Maiden's level to, say, level 3 or whatever, I think it lets you raise the target's level by 2. So yeah, Maiden will go to 3, and that makes him a Black Rose. So that's awesome play too. Bright Star Dragon is good on its own, which is something the deck desperately needed. It needed a beater that could come out and perform even without your combo in play. So that's the reason for 2 Nuit and 2 Bright Star. You can put either of those up to 3, honestly, because they're just really good. And the reason to play this guy over the Jabeb, or whatever it's called, it's a more offensive card. This guy just gets his effect as soon as he's targeted. I prefer it because I do play a lot of cards that target. And I play 1 Honest. And there's no really explanation needed for Honest. He's just hand trap, and your opponent will be very salty if you sack them with Honest and win the duel. Alright, so that's all for the monster lineup. For the spell lineup, which is the majority of what's left, we have 3 Card of Consonance. Self-explanatory. You pitch a weak Dragon Tuner and draw 2. helps you mill through the deck really quickly, and really you like things to be in the grave in this deck because once you have them in the grave, Nuit and Silver's Cry can both put them on the field, and then you can just go crazy from there. Also 3 trade-in, because honestly having Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand is one of the worst things in this deck. You hate to see him, you hate to draw him, and if you do draw him, you want to have this card because this card will let you draw 2. And that's why I also have the Trihorn Dragon. And if you could play BLS, he's also a trade-in target, but I don't know why you would trade in BLS. So also I play 3 Dragon Shrine. Dragon Shrine, to me, is one of the best cards that's ever come into the game of Yu-Gi-Oh!, especially for dragons. Dragon Shrine basically allows you to set up your grave. That's the reason to play Flammable Guard over, say, any other level 1 tuner, Dragon-type monster. Dragon Shrine will hit the guard, and then you hit your White Stone of Legend, and then you trade in your Blue Eyes, and you just go crazy from there. It gives you so much advantage, and Dragon Shrine is an awesome card. I don't even play Foolish Burial in the deck because I don't think it's needed. You could, but it's not that important. Alright, next I play some of those examples of targeting cards. 2 Lance and 2 Chalice. Basically, the reason that you would want these, apart from them being great defensive or offensive cards for their own reasons, you can target Maiden, which means an instant Blue Eyes White Dragon. You can target Nuit, which also means an instant Blue Eyes White Dragon. And they're good in battle. The Forbidden Lance will protect your Bright Star. Forbidden Chalice will make your opponent's monster lose something that's important to it. They're just good cards to have on you to set. I only play 2 of each for consistency purposes. I don't want to draw too many of them, and I think 4 total is plenty. Because of Bright Star's effect, you already have some methods to target. Next I play Book of Moon, because Book of Moon is Book of Moon. It really needs no explanation. It's highly underrated in my opinion. People splashed in decks and don't really give it the credit, but this card wins games. If your opponent summons a really big monster that's going to activate its effect and completely wreck your life, like Exciton Knight, just use your Book of Moon, put it face down, and deal with it. I'm going to play 2 Silver's Cry and 1 Soul Charge. Now, this ratio can be swapped up. You can play 3 Silver's Cry, you can play 3 Soul Charge, you can do any combination of the 2 cards, but I play 2 Silver's Cry and 1 Soul Charge just for variety. Soul Charge would be for a much larger push, and Silver's Cry is a quick play, which means if your opponent comes in to attack you, you just pull your Blue Eyes right to the field, and they're like, oh, well, I can't do that now, because it's really tough to get over 3,000 beat stick. So I just wanted some variety, so I played them in that ratio, 2 and 1. You can obviously add another Soul Charge, and it wouldn't ruin the harmony of the deck at all. And then for the last spell card, Dragon's Mirror. And you're going to see why I'm playing Dragon's Mirror. Dragon's Mirror can obviously be taken out for the other Soul Charge or something more important to you. I play Dragon's Mirror because it's fun. And this is a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, and this is the main card for summoning your... Well, I'll let you see what it is. Your boss monster. I'm sure you already know what it is. And then 3 Reckless Greed. 3 Reckless Greed just basically mills through your deck quickly. You love to set 2 of these at the same time, but if you can't, it's okay. Obviously, this deck isn't supposed to be taken to a YCS. It's not supposed to be taken to regionals. Take it to a locals and see what happens. Hey, you might win. But it makes the deck more turbo, more interesting. Okay, for the extra deck, you're going to find a lot of crazy stuff in here, but all of it is accessible with this build of Blue Eyes White Dragon. Alright, so we have 1 Daigusto Emerald. He's really good for normal monsters. You can use his effect. A lot of people don't even realize that. You can use his effect to target 1 non-effect monster in the graveyard, special summon the target. Blue Eyes is a non-effect monster, so if you can bring out Emerald, and then you can go off and bring out a Blue Eyes by targeting Maiden, and then you can bring out another one, that's a rank 8. So it's just a good card. Castel, the Sky Blaster Musketeer. This card is getting a lot of hype right now, and I completely understand. It's an excellent card. It's a great substitute for 101. I think Castel's excellent. And if you're poor and you can get this guy out of a pack, he can substitute for 101 easily. So Synchros, some allies, just Cataster and Armades. These 2 cards are really easy to summon in the deck. A level 1 tuner and one of your level 4 monsters, very easy to make. Armades obviously being the better of the 2, but I'm starting to see as I'm putting this profile together that this deck has a lot of darks and a lot of lights, so don't hold back from putting in BLS over, say, Dragon's Mirror or something. Black Rose Dragon, Michael. These two cards are both accessible in the deck. Play a lot of light, so I was thinking maybe Michael. Black Rose, who doesn't love a good nuke? And it's just as good as Exciton Knight to me. Although you don't get to keep the monster, which is kind of evil, but that's okay. Alright, so your rank 8s, I chose Felgran, obviously. Heliopolis, obviously. And Tachyon. They're just good rank 8 cards to play. Felgran I would consider to be the best, but Tachyon's a great card. Any rank 8's a great card. They've got great effects. What are you going to do? Alright, so I play one Cloud Castle. It's kind of a new card. It just came out of the Duelist Alliance, and it's a good card, really defensive, which is something this deck didn't have before. It kind of needed that little bit of defensive edge. I think Cloud Castle's a great option. I play two Azor Eyes. Azor Eyes is really great in the deck. Azor Eyes basically lets you assemble your dragons for another round of big pushes, and it protects them. The turn it's summoned, they can't really do anything about them. So two Azor Eyes, not a bad choice at all. One Star Eater because, I mean, let's face it, it's Star Eater. And with your combos, when you use Bright Star's effect, you can kind of make this guy a little bit easier than you would think. He's just an excellent card. I really like Star Eater. And these two YOLO, derpy, sacking kind of cards. 5-Headed Dragon, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. I included Dragon's Mirror in these two because in the extra deck I couldn't find that many more options to put in. Obviously having 101 and Exciton would be great, but since I don't play those cards, I don't have those cards, I just added in Dragon's Mirror and popped those two fusion monsters in the deck. So overall, that's the deck. I don't have a side built for it. It's just for fun. It's not to take to a YCS, like I said. If you have any criticism or comments you'd like to add to maybe improve this or maybe make it faster, more consistent, more aggressive, whatever you may think could be useful to me, please leave them in the comments below. If you liked it, leave me a like. Subscribe to see more Yu-Gi-Oh related videos, and I appreciate all the views and your comments if you have them. And that's Blue Eyes White Dragon for the modern age, I guess. And oh yeah, go check out my Seto Kaiba character deck because obviously the Blue Eyes White Dragon is the centerpiece for him. Alright, so I'm going to be signing out. See you guys.